his power as a priest to unite people and to find a common good, a common purpose. And I know when I've been around David, where we've been around super wealthy people, he's very comfortable. And then we've been around, poor folks, and he's just equally as comfortable. I mean, it doesn't matter what part of the city you're in. David is he blends in real well, and everybody feels empowered by being around him.
If a priest should ever have been a politician, it should be Father David. He knows how to get things done. It's kind of like he's the brokering agent between the county and the city, because he sits right in the middle of it when he was rector of San Fernando Cathedral. And he did a great job there. He renovated the whole chapel itself, a beautiful interior today after that. Today, for the first time in the history of San Fernando Cathedral, it is framed right. Now when you're in that plaza, particularly when you're coming up from the river and you're looking at the San Fernando Cathedral, it is absolutely beautiful, just framed perfectly.
I went to St. John's Seminary, which is right behind this mission. And in the 60s, I was there as a high school seminarian, and then I went from there to Assumption Seminary on Woodlawn Street and attended St. Mary's University and graduated from there in '71. And then I was given a fellowship to go to Notre Dame University, and so I was the first Hispanic in my program, which was at that time the Master of Theology program. And Father Hesburgh at that time was chairman of the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights. And so he was looking for the opportunity to promote people from minority groups. And so I was just lucky to be there. And Archbishop Flores at that time was auxiliary bishop. He wrote Father Hesburgh and said, I have a seminarian that I think would make a good candidate for Notre Dame. And that's how I got to Notre Dame. How I decided to be a priest, it grew. In high school, you go in with that attraction. Yeah, maybe I might be a priest, but you don't know for sure. I guess it hit me around the end of my St. Mary's University career that this is it. This is the right place for me. I feel like I've been given a lot of blessings and I can give back. I feel strongly about my faith. I feel strongly about the church, and I'm going to do this. Well, San Antonio is unique in that we have 5 missions, if you count the Alamo, from the colonial period, the 1700s, in the same city. The Californian missions are wonderful, and there's, I think, 23 of them, but they're spread out. No one city has more than 1 mission. San Antonio has 5. I think that's a great privilege. And if you add the Governor's Palace and San Fernando, we have 7 major buildings from the colonial era of Spain. No city can touch that. And I think that's a privilege, and that's why a lot of people come to San Antonio to visit, because of the history here and the culture, and also just who the people are here. We welcome people a lot. So we get probably close to 2 million people to visit the missions over the course of a year. I really feel that this fantastic heritage of mine, which is deep, deep roots in South Texas, and I'm very proud of it. The original Tejanos, who came here and who settled this land and who really have influenced the culture of what South Texas is all about. And that's probably why I'm so enthralled with the fact that God has allowed me to touch the historical buildings of South Texas in a privileged moment of restoring them, so that I can hand them on to our descendants, those who follow us, in the same or better condition that they were given to us. But we hand them on not just as beautiful buildings all restored, but we hand them on as part of the story of all of us who live here in South Texas. And so it's a privilege to touch them. It's a responsibility to pass them on. And that's what I am so blessed to be involved in right now.
The San Antonio Association of Hispanic Journalists is proud to honor Father David Garcia with its 2012 Community Service Award.